best long hitters in the world have come to the Midwest for a chance to call themselves a world champion. This is the grid that the Bombers call home, and the next two nights, it's all about power, it's all about accuracy, it's all about guts. And everybody is gunning for this man right here, Kyle Berkshire. He's the #1 hitter in the world. He's won the last 2 events on tour, and he's got a quiet arrogance that says, I am the man. What about Tim Burke, 2-time world champion? He's also won 2 times on tour. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He says, I'm just as good as I've ever been, and wants to show it tonight and tomorrow. And what about the 2017 world champion, Justin James, the snapping turtle? Did not make it here a year ago. He's got a lot to prove, and he said he's also as healthy as he's been in a really long time. On the women's side, there is only one star of stars. Everybody is shooting for this lady right here, Phillis Meti, a 3-time world long drive champion, including the defending champion right here from a year ago. She won 3 times on tour this year, and I tell you what, she is poised and ready for her 4th world championship. Welcome to the final stop of the 2019 World Long Drive Tour. We are live for the 44th World Long Drive Championship. As we bring you inside the booth, I am honored to be here with the 2-time World Long Drive champion, Art Salinger. I am the coach, Jonathan Coachman. And Art, this is a grueling event. This is the Super Bowl. This is the World Series for these hitters, but they started on Friday. They've hit a ton of balls. We're down to 16 men and 8 women.
96-16, a lot of sets, and I'll tell you what, a lot of emotions. What are they feeling right now as they're going to walk through that tunnel? A lot of energy. Can they handle the pressure? Can they hit the center of the face? That's the goal right there. And win a match. You want to get to tomorrow night. You're 8 balls away from winning that match.
What do you think is the hardest thing quickly to control tonight?
I think you got to control your emotions. I mean, you've got to get on the tee, take your time, remember to breathe, and not go too fast. Hit those first 4 balls in a minute and a half, not a minute.
All right, we are just about set to go. We got a lot to get to tonight. So right now, let's meet our first 8 hitters and send it down to the grid in just a moment. But first, here's what the schedule looks like under the lights tonight. We've got the Open Division round of 16. Then the Women's Division quarterfinals. We will crown a champion tonight in the Masters Division.
Absolutely. That will be Eddie Fernandez and Jeff Crittenden. Then, of course, tomorrow night, the Open Division quarterfinals, semis, and the championships. The same with the women. We're giving away 3 belts.
All right. As I said, it's time to get started. Let's send it down to the grid. And Mark Sherman. Mark.
Guys, come on. He comes out of Orange County down in California. He's hit the longest ball of the week at 451 yards. Let me hear it for Tommy Hart. This guy came to the USA for the first time ever to compete at the World Tour Fort Jackson stop. Oh, I think he likes it. He's 23 years old, out of Tamworth, England. It's Jordan Brooks. This guy coming out of Florida, Southern College, Medina, Ohio. He's a golf coach. He's a marketing director. He's a long driver. And a father of a brand new 2-month-old baby girl, Vivian. Give it up for Josh Cox. The track and field athlete out of the University of Oklahoma, ladies and gentlemen. Originally from Houston, Texas. Winner of Atlantic City in 2018 and now back on the show. It's Mark Costello. A baseball player from the University of Tennessee, Martin, coming out of Jupiter, Florida, stormed onto the long drive scene in 2017 and making a huge push again, Wes Patterson. Next up, last year's World Championship runner-up from Clarion University, originally out of Pittsburgh, PA, waving that terrible towel. Say it with me, Justin Moose. 2017 World Champion is absolutely dialed in. Son of a World Long Drive Champion, Jerry James, ladies and gentlemen, out of Jacksonville, Florida, the snapping turtle, Justin James. And now, at just 22 years old, he's won 2 events in a row, and he might be too good to be true. He is the undisputed #1 player in the world, Kyle Berkshire. Winstar, once again, give it up for your first 8 hitters.
And no doubt they are men on a mission here tonight. There you see our first 8 hitters of our final 16. And quickly, let's look at the world rankings and our brackets here tonight. And we have the top stars in the sport playing.
You look at these brackets right here. Many of these names you might not be familiar with because they didn't have the best year on tour, but you do have the final 4, the top 4 in the world in Berkshire, James, Burke, and Hogue. Again, keep an eye. All 16 can get it done and win these matches right here. Keep an eye on Ryan Gregnall against Tim Burke. I call that the match of the night.
They all have incredible personal stories that we'll tell you throughout the night. Here are the rankings coming at you right now. And you heard Mark, Kyle is the undisputed #1 hitter in the world.
Absolutely. What he has done in 30 months to go from never hitting a ball in competition to being the #1 in the world. And again, you can see the separation. Unbelievable, but 5 out of the top 6 are here tonight competing, still left in this 16.
All right, it's a Sweet 16, and it is time to hit some golf
Winstar,
balls.
here
So
we go.
Kyle Berkshire had the choice. He will
Win.
go second. He will go head up against Tommy Hug in our first matchup here tonight. Settle in, so please you can join us wherever you might be watching. Over 60 countries taking this broadcast here tonight. And
What a way to open it up right there, Tommy Hug.
Ball #1 for Tommy is 4.
Sets Kyle right there. I do not think the numbers bother Kyle at all. He's in his own world. Take a look at this grip that Tommy Hug has here. It's the strongest grip I've ever witnessed in my 45 years of golf right here. Look how far underneath the right hand is, and no glove. Everything's going to draw. 202 in the ball speed. So we're going to show you in the left there. Those are TrackMan numbers right there. Ball speed was a little bit down. Got a nice roll down the middle. 400 on the money.
if you're just watching us for the first time, it's 8 balls, 3 minutes. Green means it's good. Green means it's in the grid. Now, Tommy is a...
Oh, this is big. This is big right here. This is big.
You don't think he's ready?
3 of the first 4.
Look at that. That one's past 410. Tommy's, wow. And you got to believe if you're Kyle Berkshire right now, that there's something going on inside of you that says, wait a second, what am I going to have to do?
I think Tommy just says, you know what, I might as well. I got nothing to lose right there. He has 10 years experience. He's been in a Final 16 before. He's won a tour event. He's no stranger to this tee box right here. But I think he entered the night against Kyle and said, you know what, I'm going to swing 8 times as hard as I can. He's caught 3 already. Can he go deeper?
His story is a very emotional one. His dad passed away in 2018. He kind of lost his drive to do World Long Drive. Decided to come back this year here to the World Championships. And he has been the last hitter entered into the field. And how about going from 96 to the final 16?
Yeah, he only hit it in 1 tour event, and he did really poorly in that event. That was the first one, and he just said, I'm out. And then all of a sudden he called on Friday, and they called him. His ranking got him in. Oh, that's close right there. And again, what I like about Tommy is, look, strong grip, club face is going to be closed. That means this ball is going to go from right to left. He only has 1 shot. So last ball here, Coach.
Plenty of time. 1 last ball. 3 balls have gone over 400 in the first set. If that doesn't get your juices flowing, I don't know what will. All right, that one off to the right, and Tommy Hunt says, hey, that's the best I got, and that might be good enough. Who knows?
As a former player in this sport, when you hit a shot as good as you can hit it and you get beat, no problem. You leave knowing you flushed it, and he flushed it.
Tommy giving a little respect. You think he was pumped to get the night started? Art, look at this.
Oh, right here. Well, he just knew it. When you hit the center of the face, you actually don't even feel it. That's how solid he hit it right there, and he loved it right there.
So now here is the scene. #1 hitter in the world. He's been unbeatable for the last 2 months, and now he is faced with 413. But a couple of hours ago, right when the range opened, the very first hitter to show up, yep, Kyle Berkshire.
Absolutely. He has a plan. He comes in as only one out there with his coach, with his father out there. He's got a team with him now.
Yeah,
we were talking about his nutrition for the last couple of weeks, and I mean, it's just been incredible what he does.
But his road to #1 has been a steady climb that started back just outside of Phoenix at Auction Smash in the sun.
He started there at 5th in the world, got beat by Tim Burke. Tim had a line hugger there at 474. Then he went on to the next event there in Columbia, South Carolina. Ryan Steenberg, what a big shot he hit against him. He lost in the semis, but he moved up one more notch on that ladder. Then we went to the worst conditions I've ever seen in Atlantic City. Took, semis, got him into 3rd in the world. But then it happened, Coach. Rock City Rumble. He ran the table. 4 balls to win the matches and get him to world #1 that night.
That was as dominant a event we've ever seen, and then he backed that up in Tennessee.
Look at that, 158 on the club and 228 on the ball. If he does that right here, that's 430 yards coming at you.
All right, so it is time, ladies and gentlemen, the hottest hitter in the world, Kyle Berkshire, and he knows the number, 413 to advance.
He has never faced pressure like this. And what I'm feeling right now, Coach, is he's going to swing really hard, which he always does, but he has geared it back a little to win rounds. So I'd love him to see what geared back, maybe 90%, what that number is, and not blow the first 3 or 4 out of play.
This is his 11th straight television appearance.
So this is a rough start right here, but you look at those numbers. So the speed is there. Again, if these balls go in the grid, he wins. He's faster. So I'd love to see him get behind it like he's doing it right here. Kind of look where he mapped this grid out and send one down the middle and just kind of see what this grid will give him.
You talk about the bright lights, and when you get here, it is very much different than a regular tour event.
Right.
There's more energy, there's more that goes into it, more preparation.
This is it, it's 3 minutes, and there was an overcorrection, so the first 2 go right. Then he goes, hey, I've got to release the toe. Now that one goes a little left. Now maybe this one you find center. Oh, and that's, again, plenty long enough.
Yeah, and you can tell he really liked that one. And these guys know when they've flushed one.
Absolutely. And again, it's plenty. Now it's a 4-ball competition right here. He started the competition out 0 for 8, but again, you have plenty of rounds. You've got 4 golf balls left.
It's straight up match play. And that one's going to go to the left too. So 1:20 to go, 3 balls left. So the clock is not an issue.
No.
Getting one on the grid to go at least 413 is an absolute issue. And all Tommy Hunt can do is stand there and nervously hope that he did enough here in the round of 16.
Bingo. Little spin maybe, we'll see. We'll check it out.
Just to the right.
Yeah,
It would have been plenty.
at 3,200 RPMs, he's over 430 yards.
All right, so
2 balls left.
Kyle down to 2 balls. He's got the distance. He needs the accuracy.
It's a little thin. We'll see if it stays in.
Ball number 8. It will have to be ball 8.
Okay, so it all comes down to this. The 8th and final ball, where the #1 seeded, #1 ranked hitter in the world, Kyle Berkshire, is going home.
How good is this guy.
Is it going to be enough?
How amazing.
It's going to be enough.
Amazing. Wow. Magic 8 ball.
The Magic 8 Ball was good enough, and Kyle Berkshire survives here on Tuesday night.
Wow. That's guts right there to pull it off.
That is big-time guts by the man in white. Wow.
You know, he's got to know the whole night. He's long enough. Just got to square one up, and all it takes is one in this sport. 426.
The official number 426. One more look.
There it is. That's his left foot going up. And then here comes the little narrower stance right here. The clock's winding down, and you just got to trust what you've worked on. And he stood grounded there. Beautiful extension. And the thing is, he's not wondering if that's long enough. He just flew it past Tommy Hug.
Well, if he goes on to win this championship tomorrow night, he's going to look back at this set right here as a set that got it done. He was down to one ball, and he was gone.
This made him even a better long driver than he was 5 minutes ago.
Well, I know there's a lot of guys watching on the roads right now saying, holy smokes, these are the numbers it's going to take to move on. This is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he almost hit it a quarter mile right here without any air helping.
One more look from right in front of him. And he knew it.
Oh, absolutely. He knew. That's what's great. As I said it before in the open, he controls his own destiny. If he flushes it, he's the fastest.
All right, one more look, and watch Tommy Hug.
Yeah, you look at Tommy, and he goes, that's dishes are done, coach. It's over.
Well, there's no consolation prize, but for Tommy Hug, we'll give him one. Let's send it down to Chantel.
Well, Kyle, you already told me that you cannot keep doing this to yourself. It came down to the final opportunity in that set. How did you execute when you absolutely had to?
Well, I mean, you know, as I said in Tennessee, I was in the same position, and, you know, all the reps under my belt, you know, I just totally relied on muscle memory, and it came through in a huge way again. I mean, I would definitely like to get it done a little sooner, but, you know, it's also nice to get some extra practice hits on this grid as well for tomorrow.
When you saw the very first drive of the day go 400 yards, what was going through your mind?
Oh, Tommy's got the heart of a warrior. I mean, there's no quit in him, and I knew he was going to put up a ball on me. You know, you have to expect your opponent to do that. I knew that. It didn't change anything I was trying to do. I was just trying to square it up, turn it over, just like I did. And, you know, I just stuck with that. And I expected him to put a number, and it helped. And I wasn't shocked, and so I was able to execute what I needed to.
It looked like you did make some adjustments from the start to the finish. What exactly were those?
So I looked back at my coach, Bob B. Peterson, and he wanted me to turn it over a little bit more because we were leaving some out to the right, and I was kind of coming out of it a little bit. So he told me to stay down and let the wrist release a little bit better. And we started doing it. We had some big balls going out left, and we finally caught one when we absolutely had to.
Congratulations on advancing.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
There's a reason why this guy is ranked #1 in the world, boys.
I don't believe him for a second that he's trying to get some extra practice on the grid, though, Art.
No, absolutely. He would love to. He loves the one and dones.
All right, our social question tonight, we want to be interactive with you at home. Who wins this Masters Final Showdown, which will be crowned tonight? Fast Eddie Fernandez or Jeff Crittenden? Vote right now at World Long Drive, and we will show you the results right before the showdown later on tonight. We've got a lot still ahead. Wes Patterson, former baseball player, he's got plenty of confidence. And there's some faces you may not know and those that you do. The Moose is loose, Double J, and the women still to come. We're just getting started. There you see our grid that just saw a spectacular start to our show, 426 by Kyle Berkshire. Let's take a closer look in my favorite segment, the art of the grid.
This is a great grid right here. It's just improved over the year, Coach, and I'll tell you, it's awesome. 480 yards long, and if there was more wind and it was fast, they need it. It's a golf hole. There's a few humps and bumps. It really won't mess things up. It's very slow due to heavy rain. Framed down both sides with those two trees in the back. Of course, wind will play a factor, but not tonight here on the Texas-Oklahoma border. There's a slot down that right side, though. Could be a factor.
Well, the rain certainly was an issue, suspending play or hitting on Friday. And we didn't know how far the drives would go, but now we've seen it's not affecting it too much, but it is very much a carry grid.
It is, but when you have 225 miles an hour of ball speed, ball go far, Coach.
They've done a great job of cleaning up all the rain. The grid looks amazing. The entire place looks amazing. And there you can see how beautiful that grid is that these hitters get to hit into. All right, it is time for matchup number 2 in our round of 16. All right, Mark Costello and Wes Patterson.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear it from Mark Costello. Let's get this thing rolling.
Will go first. This will be his first TV appearance here in 2019, Art.
But he must love this grid because he was here last year in the quarterfinals. Are you kidding me? I mean, he just must love the World Championship. He lost to the eventual winner, Maurice Allen, last year. But then his tour year only had one round of 16. There's Wes Patterson right there. He says, I'm so happy to be back.
Boy, Wes has great personality, and he said tonight, because I have as good a chance as anybody to win this thing. All right, Mark Costello will go first again. 8 balls, 3 minutes.
And he just resides right down the road, about an hour and 10 minutes away in Fort Worth, Texas.
Costello was a javelin thrower in college. He went to the University of Oklahoma. He also played high school golf before going to college. He said, you know what, enough of golf. I'm going to throw the javelin in college.
Reminds me of Carl Walter, the 2-time World Long Drive champion who was a javelin thrower at Penn State. Big numbers right here. Jason Zubak talked about it on our pregame right there. 149, 219. I mean, it used to be if you were over 135, you had a chance. Now, you not need to fly. You need to be close to 150.
I was really impressed with how the players in that one will be in the grid. We'll see what the first number to beat is.
Anxious to see if it'll give up some roll right here, and it does. That grid's getting faster down that right side.
It sure is.
420.
That almost 20 yards of roll.
That right side, there's a little slot down there that will be hot, will give up the most roll on the grid.
So we can call it a mini hot zone.
It's a mini hot zone.
It's a mini hot zone, okay. You know, last year, Mark won his first tour event, the Boardwalk Bash in Atlantic City. So he has the game. He has the speed and the yardage.
Oh, he's world class for sure. I mean, he ranked 17th, and he hasn't had a great tour year. Takes it back nice and slow. You're seeing a lot of these guys now doing this little rock. And I think it's a great way for you at home that are watching to just go practice. Don't start from a stagnant, tense position. Get a little movement in your feet a little bit. You know, Gary plays to kick his right knee in, but you just see this little, there's some happy feet going on, and that's just momentum. That little cut shot right there, not going to be as long as that 420, but definitely hit hard.
Boy, it might be.
It might. Wow. How do you fade it with that much spin?
I think that's the first time you've ever been wrong, ever.
He just hit a cut shot with almost 3,000 RPMs, which we know is way too high.
And the 8th and final ball with 35 seconds to go. So his pacing wasn't great.
Oh, he got one.
But
one more, I think.
All right, he does have one more.
See, you were wrong on that one.
So we're even.
We're even, Pat.
I got blocked by the ball guy.
You want the magic 8 ball? Maybe
Every
it goes
time.
430.
Every time.
There is a little wind picking up. I'm looking at the flags on the stands here. That's flush right here.
Will it stay in? That's the question.
That spin is down. See what the left side will bring you.
All right, we are waiting for an official word.
It's at least 424.
Are you kidding me?
No way.
I told you that was flush.
No way.
700 RPMs less will give you that. This grid is giving it up tonight.
4.55, which is 30 yards longer than Kyle Berkshire's winning drive.
Huge shot right there. 455. Coach, that's over a quarter mile.
Well, let's look at Mark Costello's reaction after impact.
That was flat. I knew it. I saw the spin. He goes, oh my goodness, if that stays in, huh? Oh, you just know it. And again, he hit the 430 ball like, 2,800 RPMs. I pointed that out. No spin here at 2,000, and you will get the roll.
All right, well, his opponent is standing right there. Let's get to know before he hits a little bit more about Wes Patterson.
I'm Wes Patterson from Jupiter, Florida. This is my 3rd World Championship. my second year on tour. Yeah, I tried the whole professional golf thing for a couple years, and I like the 7 mulligans and one club a little bit better than the 14. As you can see, I'm a pretty proud dog dad. This is a little Callaway. He's about 12 weeks old, and hopefully he's cheering me on. So we put the belt on him in a couple days, right? Took out the number 1 and 2 ranked guys in the world when it was the first time I ever picked up a lawn driver. So Mark gave me the nickname Kingslayer, and we're back here again.
Well, indeed, he is a Kingslayer, and he's going to have to dig deep into his kingdom in order to find a 455 ball.
He made a great choice leaving golf to come do long drive. What a great personality. Let's see if this old baseball player here can go ahead and just send one down the center field.
Yeah, he's a super good dude, and he really, really wants to make a go of it here on the World Long Drive Tour.
And heads, I tell you what, I give hats off to the staff here because the event staff putting this format together. The wind has changed. This is why you have to do long drive. The conditions Tommy Hug had just 15 minutes ago are different than they are now. This northerly wind is picking up. And I promise you it's a little more than 3. I promise you. I'm looking at these flags on the stands right here on the left, Coach, and you can see they're going.
You know, Patterson really burst on the scene a couple of years ago. You just heard him talk about coming here, qualifying, not knowing what the heck was going on, and just becoming a big-time competitor right before our very eyes in 2017.
You see that high leg kick. You watch this front foot. I think it's something in the future he's going to have to take a look at in his swing. It's kind of when you can lift your whole left foot off the ground and then plant it to hit a baseball. I think it's lifted a little bit too much for golf, so we'll keep an eye on that right here. Look how high this left foot comes off the ground. That's a lot of heel right there.
Do you think because he knows how big the number is, that's affecting his pace?
I don't know if it's affecting his pace. I mean, it's definitely going to affect his swing. He's almost a 150 player. He hasn't hit one solid yet. He's going to need to hit his best shot to find this number.
Halfway home, 4 balls left for Wes Patterson. 4.55 is the big-time number put up by Mark Costello. Tell you what, you could not ask for a more exciting start to this year's World Championships than what we've had here in the first half hour. All right, Patterson's got to find the grid, and then he's got to find yards.
And I tell you what, you don't want to leave not hitting one in just to see how far you could hit it. And it's become, you know, just a couple ball contest right now for him, and it's not good. 2 left. If I'm Costello, I mean, it's never over till it's over, but
you're feeling pretty good about yourself.
I'd be thinking about what I'm going to be doing tomorrow on the grid, because I think that's safe.
All right, so here it is. The 8th and final ball for the Kingslayer. And he has got to dig deep and find magic, much like Kyle Berkshire did just moments ago. Will we have back-to-back magic 8 balls?
You see the ball speed, and when he hit himself in the hip because he hit the heel.
Yeah, he knew that was going to be well short. He got it out near 400, but that was going to be a very, very steep hill to climb as Mark Costello, impressive, advances to the quarterfinals tomorrow night. All right, let's take one more look at that mammoth 455-yard drive by Costello.
We call this a flat pull. What I mean is he just starts it down that left corner of that grid, and it was just a seed. It was so flat, it didn't rise at all. Just down that left side and that left corner. I'm anxious to see how much this ball rolled because we lost it at first. Boom. Boom, it just kept going, and he just made those guys get their track shoes on, Coach.
Boy, I'm just in amazement. Just in amazement. And I think he was amazed at himself, to be honest with you.
Okay, I'll take it, he says. 455.
Boy, that's got to feel so good. And then all Wes Patterson could do was smile, give him a little shove, and say, hey, what can I do? All right, coming up next, he's known simply as Moose. He's your runner-up from a year ago. Can he have another magical run this year? We'll find out live next. Chantel, Art, and the coach back with you. World Long Drive Championships. It's been a busy 5 months. Avis on tour. We started Auction Smash in the Sun just outside of Phoenix. Then we went to Fort Jackson and then to Atlantic City, then to Rochester, the first ever Rock City Rumble. Then we finished our regular season in Tennessee.
It was a great year right there, and it produced a lot of winners that just like doing it a bunch. We started out with Tim Burke, 474. Look at that shot by Phillis Meti, her longest competitive shot, 413. Just picking up where she just has a trophy case. I mean, just full. Ryan Steenberg, beautiful shot, 393 to win. And Chloe Garner, 304. She captured that title. And these conditions were just brutal. You look at these numbers, you're like, hey, I want to go compete. No, you don't, because it was into about a 40-mile-an-hour win, and Tim bagged his second win, and so did Phillis, and Phillis just backed it up again. And we talked about Kyle getting his first television win and becoming #1 in Rochester, and then did it again right there in Tennessee, 409. And Alexis Belton, she returned the favor to Phillis Meti, winning that last title.
All right, those are your winners this year on tour. And we are just about set for our matchup number 3. There is Justin Moose, blue-collar family, blue-collar competitor. He was our runner-up a year ago, losing to the eventual champion, Maurice Allen.
Great golf swing you're about to see there. Good player, qualified for 3 sectionals in the U.S. Open.
These are probably the 2 best golfers that are in the round of 16. Josh Koch, a former soccer player. He's a coach now, and his first time on TV was at Fort Jackson.
Right, he's a golf teacher. He's been in the business. He played college golf. I mean, his dad actually played a few PGA Tour events as well. Big golf family.
He also coaches Rob Tietmeyer, who is also in the round of 16. So he's got a lot of involvement and interest.
I like this golf swing right here. And I think he comes into this saying, hey, I'm on a golf hole, and I'm just going to try to play some golf right here.
Koch is a new father. His baby girl, Vivian, born just a few months ago in June.
I met her this afternoon. What an adorable little girl, 11 weeks old.
Did you make her cry?
I did not. I swear I didn't. This is little cutter.
I asked Koch what he would need to do differently than his first time on TV. He said, I was just too amped up.
Right.
He goes, I just couldn't control my emotions when I got on the tee, and it was for real under the lights with the TV cameras on.
And what he has to do is control the right shoulder. That's the trail shoulder closest to you. That shoulder can't go towards the ball. It's got to come and it's got to stay back. Right now it's coming towards the golf ball, and that face is wide open. Again, it's a one-way miss to the right. It's got to just, I think, calm down. Like you said, exactly what he's got to do. He was too amped up.
And Justin Moose kind of said the same thing. He said, I'll be anxious to see how Koch, who has a very good swing, very good golfer, how he handles it. He goes, I've been here before.
Right.
I've done it. He nearly won last year and came within a couple of yards of being the world champion.
And here's a player that, an athlete, a hitter that can really play the game, teach the game, has a beautiful golf swing, and I think what you're seeing right here is pure nerve. Because he doesn't have technique issues, he's just out of sequence, and I think it's from the nerves.
Halfway home. And Koch has yet to find the grid.
And what I would do if I could maybe call a timeout and I was his coach, I'd say, hey, forget trying to hit the turnover. Let's just go ahead and swing the left field. Let's pull Jason Zubak, who used to hit the biggest fade in the world, longest, and just aim it left and send it and ride it.
That last ball really showed us something. If fans are wondering, once it goes out, it cannot come back in. It's a ball that is null and void.
And all players are using USGA conforming equipment. These are not extra long golf clubs that are illegal. They're all tested. They're all conforming. He's got to start this ball at those left flags.
If he does not get one on the grid here, this could be the easiest set that Justin Moose has ever had.
Right. He will only need the minimum. Now that one he pulled good. He went where he was supposed to go. I wish you'd have done that 4 shots ago. But again, you got to swing. You got to go with what you brought to the dance floor. Go to the left corner of the grid.
All right, the 8th and final ball for Josh Koch.
Oh, over.
And it's going to be an 0 for set for Josh Koch. And he cannot believe that he has basically handed this set to Justin Moose. Now, Justin Moose has to find the grid.
Yes.
But all he has to do is find one and be past the minimum.
Moose to make it to the quarter of finals.
All right, Justin Moose, blue-collar guy.
300. So 300 yards. He can throw it
That's all
that
he's
far.
got to do. He was telling me tonight about his father, still working 80 hours a week. He says, I'm blue-collar. I was in charge of people when I used to work before he quit to do this full-time. And he said, that's what I'm all about. And this may be a one and done. And it is no problem for Justin Moose, native of Pittsburgh, and he will move on. And it's not easy not to break a sweat tonight, but he didn't break a sweat.
That's a great experience of being the 6th ranked player in the world, having won titles, runner-up last year, and he's got this rock right here. He's got beautiful action coached by Rick Smith. His good friend Rocco Mediate even has some input right here. Set the right foot down. As soon as it touches turf, the club has to go back. That's motion. Beautiful golf swing. As I said before, qualified for 3 sectionals in the U.S. Open, and he just made I'm telling you folks, that was 75%.
And he took it just over 360. Another look from down the grid. And he has not had the year, Art, that he would have liked, that he thought he was going to have. But that can all be washed away with a victory here this week. So the Moose moves on. But the man who won it in 2017, you're about to see him come out next. Double J, the snapping turtle. Can he make it to? His journey starts next. 13 different countries represented this week here just north of Dallas. Over 60 countries will be televising this event, which is amazing, Art.
It's a testament to the global reach that long drive is all over the world.
Okay, we've had a chance to catch our breath, and it is time now for our 4th matchup. Our 2017 world champion, Justin James, back after missing the round of 16 a year ago, and he says he is finally healthy and ready to win another world championship. There he is right there, nicknamed the Snapping Turtle. He'll be taking on Jordan Brooks. What is Jordan Brooks really all about? Well, I'd like to find out.
I'm Jordan Brooks from Tamworth, England, and this is my first season on the World Long Drive Tour. Since coming over to the States this year, I've noticed in the summer it's absolutely boiling everywhere. Back home I also play cricket, and in the past I've played football. Proper football, not soccer. Everyone in the States seems to think that all English people have tea and crumpets, and that we all know the Queen. It's just not true. You don't even know what crumpets are.
Well, he's not lying. It is boiling hot out here tonight. No doubt about it.
He doesn't know what crumpets are, but maybe a little bit of fried Texas food, huh, Coach?
The first time he ever even competed in the United States was at Fort Jackson in South Carolina earlier this season. Cricket, soccer, golf, all in his background. And that one lands near 400 and bounces past. So his first ball in the grid.
That makes you breathe easy. Again, he hits on the European Tour. They have their own tour over there and has done quite well.
He's a 5-time winner in Europe the last 2 years.
For a respectable first ball. Oh, we know they can go way out there tonight.
Quickly, while we watch Jordan Brooks hit, we've seen 3 matchups so far. Could we have had a better start to this year?
Absolutely not. I mean, I'm shaking up here, to be honest with you. What's going on? 8-ball, Kyle Berkshire, Mark Costello, 455. I mean, awesome.
And then Justin Moose getting it done in impressive fashion, one and done in his matchup with Josh Koch. And now Jordan Brooks will take on Justin James, the former #1 hitter in the world. Jordan Brooks, you think, has a big-time future?
I think he does. He's a big guy. Obviously, he moves it out there. This 203, I don't think was hit solid. I think we're going to see him more in the 210, 215 range if he hits one really good like that. Let's see what this ball speed is.
That one is straight down Broadway.
Yeah, 212, as I said, he'd get it up there. Oh, just checked up.
Sure did. Soft landing. A little unfortunate for Jordan, but it does get past 410. Nothing to sneeze at. It's hard to imagine that Mark Costello hit a ball 44 yards past that.
Because that is a really long par 4 on the PGA Tour 455. I like that he has just kind of a one-way miss. He's going to make a club change here. He's actually changing golf shafts. But everything seems to either be straight or drawing, so he's got one shape. I like that.
So 3 balls left, just under a minute to go. Pacing very nice for Jordan Brooks.
I'm interested in the spin on this one. It looked a little, sounded a little thin. It's a little higher spin. See if you can get the carry down that right side.
And again, checking it up. For people who, what's the perfect spin for maximum distance?
Tonight, it's really about launch, which we'd love to see about 15, but spin would be about 1900 would be really good.
And another one that looks like it's going to find the grid.
That's
so
a low spin ball.
Very accurate for.
See that low spin? 50.
And he gets through. That's right, past 420, out near 425. 424 to be exact.
That was a little rushy. He didn't time it all perfect. He's happy with 424. He hit a great shot right there.
Okay, 4 out of 8. A really good set for young Jordan Brooks. And now he will step back, and he knows the guy that he's up against. He knows the credentials that Double J has. And much like Kyle, if Justin James hits his ball, 425 is easy for him.
For tonight, it's definitely gettable for sure. He's one of those players that controls his own destiny. What I mean is, if he lines everything up and flushes it, he will take care of this match.
All right, here we go. The 2017 World Champion right here at Winstar. Can he make it to? He is 4 wins away.
I talked to his father, 2-time Masters Division champion Jerry James. They're working on rounding his backswing off. It gets too upright.
And that one just drifts off to the right. James has the record for the longest final round winning drive in World Long Drive history. 435 back in 2017.
So what I mean by this, if we can watch this next swing, he wants to get the club further from the right side of his head at the top of the swing. He wants to get it more over the right shoulder. Right there. Where this club goes, does he out by the head? Does it get to the shoulder? Over that head, it over. The fakes, look how fast he is there.
All right, one's going down the right side. Will it have enough? Will it stay in? No. All right, so he's at 2 so far. That would have the distance.
Absolutely. And again, his swing plane is off. That's all Jerry talked about with swing plane. It's off by about 2 inches. If he can just get that thing rounded off.
He has really been battling the injury bug really the last, 8 or 9 months. And this year he even missed one event because of injury. All right, halfway home for Double J. He's got to find something, and he's got to find the grid. A very anxious Jordan Brooks.
Oh, he got it to turn over. So now it's kind of like, I know I can turn it over. Can I aim right and trust it? Because that ball's moving right there. 3 balls away, and Jordan knows this is a huge upset.
Yeah, he doesn't even want to look at this point.
See, so that's the one. Do I start it right? Will it turn over? He's had the 2-way miss right here. Coach, this next shot right here is really critical. Ball 7 to me. He's got to hit a quality shot. Even if it misses by a little, it's got to be flush.
All right, time is not an issue. Getting it in the grid is ball number 7.
That's fitting.
So now Justin James in the same predicament that Kyle Berkshire was just a short while ago. His 8th ball, he's got to be 425 or longer to stay alive.
Good back off right there. Again, he's been trained for this. He has really had some incredible coaching. Now you just have to let it happen. No thoughts. Send it.
And that one drifting to the left. Will it stay in the grid? And it does not. So Justin James, 0 for 8, and Jordan Brooks can't believe it, but he will be advancing to tomorrow night in a clear upset here tonight.
Absolutely, the fastest man lost, but that's long drive. You have to keep it in play. 51 yards wide is not crazy with. He had a couple close misses, and Jordan Brooks, he just got a lot of experience tonight right there.
That's got to be incredibly disappointing for Justin James, who a year ago was sitting in the booth with us. Gets back to it this year. Here are the two different emotions on that last ball.
And James knows it's close. And Jordan's going, oh, this is on the line. They just can't tell. That's what's amazing. You just got to wait and see.
It literally is a matter of inches sometimes, feet sometimes. And Justin James, unfortunately for him, unable to find the grid, but Jordan Brooks found the grid 4 times.
I got to say it right here. If I'm Justin James going against Jordan, his first time on this stage, I go first. And I know it's easy for me to second guess here, but I love the better player that has the belt at home to put the pressure on the other player.
And that is something that we haven't talked about a lot that we will get into. Let's send it down to Chantel.
Unbelievable. Your first time on this stage. You sent one 424 up against the 2017 champion. What was it like having to go first?
I'd probably rather go first because I can just do my 8 swings and not have to worry about what Justin's done. So yeah, it was probably better for me.
But we saw you turn away as Justin was hitting. What was that like?
Awful. Well, because Kyle went 8th ball earlier, I thought Justin was going to do something similar. So yeah, I didn't want to watch.
Congratulations on advancing. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Chantel, thank you. Well, here is what the bracket so far in the round of 16 look like. Berkshire, Costello, Moose, and Brooks have moved on to the quarterfinals tomorrow night.
Very, very impressive. Don't let that 369 right there from that bunt from Justin Moose fool you right here. But the numbers are huge. These are fast athletes.
We will see the other 8 hit later tonight right here live. But here is the reaction once again from Jordan Brooks, who just upset the former world champion, and plenty of respect and sportsmanship from both guys. You can see the disappointment on the face of Justin James as he will go home and wait for another year. When we come back, it's time to turn to the women, and Phillis Meti looking for a 4th world championship. The quarterfinals for the women are on the tee next.
First up out of Reno, Nevada, and Cal Poly Slow. Her first competition in a year and a half, ladies and gentlemen, it's Alex Phillips. Out of Missoula, Montana, and Southern Utah, University, the only hitter here making her first ever TV show. Let me hear it for Katie Wills. From Arizona State University out of Glendale, Arizona. Go say hi at the Topgolf Scottsdale. She is the director of instruction. She is the queen of bombs. It's Mary Driscoll. Coming out of Sacramento, California, the 2013 world champion, also a world championship horseback rider. I know, it's crazy. Let me hear it for Heather Manfreda. Oh, a true Renaissance woman out of Los Angeles, California. A heptathlete from Cornell, speaks Mandarin and American Sign Language. It's the Trojan Goddess, Troy Mullins. Out of Ruston, Louisiana, and Texas Wesleyan University, the winner from Tennessee Big Shots, looking to keep it rolling, Alexis Pelton. She won here in 2019 at the Fort Jackson Celebrating Service. Out of Somerset West, South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Chloe Garner. Oh, good afternoon to all the Kiwis watching out there in Auckland, New Zealand, the home of this three-time world champion, #1 in the world, Phillis Meti. Winstar, give it up for your 8 women's quarterfinalists.
A lot of smiles and a lot of fresh faces, but let's be honest, Art, they're all chasing one name.
They're chasing Phillis right there. Look at that. Ranked #1, 10,750 points. Sandra Carlberg's had an off year at 6,550, but you still have Garner, Belton, Mullins right there with Manfreda. So it's a lot of talent on that team.
The nice thing is she's won 3 times on tour this year, but she's also gotten beat twice. So it's possible if she is off just a little bit, and Phillis Meti will be going in our first matchup. She'll take on Alex Phillips.
A wonderful player who hasn't competed for more than a year, and she's got her hands full. Alex will hit the grid, and Phillips again has to.
Now, those that are the higher seed get to pick first. Phillis Meti, let's get to know her a little bit more off the grid.
I'm Phillis Meti. I'm from Auckland, New Zealand. I'm a multiple tour winner and 3-time world long drive champion. A lot of Americans think that the Kiwi is this, but a Kiwi is a bird. It's a flightless bird, and it's native to our home in New Zealand. This is a Kiwi fruit, not a kiwi. On top of golf, my favorite thing is outrigger canoeing. I like the physicality, I like getting out on the ocean, I like doing it with my friends and my family. It's a family sport for us, so it's nice to just get out in the water and have fun.
You know, Art, we love to do the same thing. We were doing that yesterday.
I didn't know that was a Kiwi. I thought the other one was a Kiwi.
All right, here we go. Now, the higher seeded player gets to select if they want to go first or second. And you just mentioned it with Justin James. Phillis decides to go first.
I love this. Put the pressure on the player who hasn't been in the stage, who doesn't have a closet full and a house full of trophies. That's what you have to do. You got to apply the heat right here.
She has an amazing swing, and watching Brandel Chambly break it down on Golf Channel in the past week was really cool to see all the great parts of her swing.
She creates so much leverage by having those hands so high at the top, going to swing out to the right towards that light. She really wants the ball to turn over. That's a rare fade for her right there.
It's close on the right side.
And that one does stay in the grid. We'll see what the official number is. 310. We do want to say good afternoon to all those watching live on Sky New Zealand.
And when Phillis is right, you'll see 178 of ball speed. I mean, again, PGA Tour men's average is 171. So we're talking, she just flew a golf ball 340 in the air.
She nearly went almost 40 yards longer than her second ball. When she's on, she is so hard to beat.
Watch this one right here, because this one might roll, and I think it could go farther. I didn't get the bounce. Oh, so soft right there, Coach.
It really is no roll for her. Again, close to 350. Officially, they're going to give her 348.
Give her a tour fairway. That's 375 yards right there.
So she went back, changed clubs for her final 4 balls. Why would she do that?
Well, you know, she's got a plan. She uses some of the highest loft, okay, because she knows how to hit up on the ball so much, so she doesn't need 3, 4, 5, 6 degrees of loft. She uses anywhere between 7 and 9 degrees of loft. So it's actually a normal golf club, and she's a wonderful player. Little over right there.
Down the left side, she won in just outside Phoenix. She won in Atlantic City. She won in, and that one just rolls out past the 350 point. And she also won in Rochester. She holds the world's longest drive by a woman, 430 13 yards, and we were there.
See how far this one carries. A little more spin.
Straight down the middle. Very little of any spin. And that one short of 350. So last ball, a very impressive set for sure for Phillis Meti.
And that's why when you're number one in the world, you go first right there. And you put a lot of pressure on a player who has to now hit a number they've really never hit.
All right, so that one's going to come just short, but for second, 347. But how impressive is that? You just saw the best. 5 out of 8, 348 is the number. And now Alex Phillips has the pressure of the world on her shoulders as she has to stand up there and know the number that she has to hit, and it's a big one.
It really is, and it becomes a speed race right here. You know, there you see her favorite golf course, Spyglass. She does play a lot of golf, loves that in Northern California, and I like that Spyglass there as well. She likes the Giants. She has hit a ball 421. That would do it tonight. This might be a little different grid.
Well, this will be her first competition since all the way last year. Doesn't compete all the time.
No, she doesn't. But plays a lot of tournament golf, plays mini tour golf, and really wants to play. Got a great golf swing.
All right, here we go. 348 is the number.
So I'm going to explain to you real quick, plain and simple, what long drive is. We saw Phillis Meti, she hits her best shots. The ball speed's 177, 178. Just keep an eye on that number right there, because you got to be in the same ballpark. Good golf swing. 159 took it up. She needs a very large bounce.
And there you see exactly what you're talking about. The numbers just don't match up.
What I think she has to do if she's going to really do long drive series is she can't stay this quiet with her body. She can't have this perfect looking golf swing. It's too tight. It's too still.
She needs to get violent.
Well, you need to move a little bit more and get loaded up a little more. And these are huge shots. A beautiful shot. Ball just checked up at, you know, well over 315. She's up at 166. So she just has to have a little bit more movement. You know, Phillis is so tall and she gets the hands so high. You notice Alex's swing, how much lower the hands are. It's a lot harder to create speed from that position. But I'd love to play her second shot on the golf course. I want her as my scramble partner. Love the golf swing.
4 balls down, time not an issue. And right now, Phillis Meti has posted a big-time number.
Oh, beautiful shot.
That one straight down the gut.
Got a nice bounce. Great shot.
Another really good shot, just short of 330.
So 10 miles an hour of ball speed, and that's, you know, that's roughly 25 more yards.
The 4 women who are victorious here tonight will move on and will have to win 2 times tomorrow night to be called a world champion.
Just filling it up, huh? Fun to watch.
It is fun. It's impressive.
Another thing I would do with her swing, sorry to interrupt you there, Coach, is set up with the right shoulder a little lower. Get some more tilt. We're really going to see that with Chloe Garner. But she has very level shoulders. And again, she's been playing tournament golf. So this right shoulder, she leaned a little bit. I'd even do a little bit more so I can get underneath it.
And another one that's going to find the grid, but she's been very consistent, 300 to 326. That one around 290. So an impressive performance, but you're going up against the greatest in the world. There's just not much that you can do. Final ball.
Oh, what a golf swing. That was flood. That's her best shot.
Will it be enough? Will it be enough? 320.
What a shot.
Past 330.
Beautiful shot.
So Alex Phillips, 6 out of 8, filled up the grid, went north of 330. But at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough when you're facing the #1 hitter in the world in Phillis Meti. A very impressive 348, and she will move on to the women's semis on Wednesday night.
We're going to look at Phyllis's swing right here, boy, I tell you. We're going to put that circle right around her head. We're going to freeze this here at the top as she takes the club back. Huge width right here, but what we're going to point out is how high these hands are right here. I'm going to draw an arrow right there. Just look at those, how high the hands are. Right there. Beautiful action. Stop at impact. You could notice you don't have to have a straight left arm. That wonderful extension, that's the key to long drive. The head goes...
One more time, real speed from behind, Art.
Love it. Launch straight up in the air. She's launching it 4 or 5 degrees higher than opponent right there.
Let's send it down to Chantel.
Phillis, you made an adjustment. You changed clubs halfway through. You were telling me there was a strategy behind that. What was it?
Yeah, I usually just go with good old safety Excalibur. And if I need to come out with something else and I've got a little bit more to give, then I'll give the next club a go.
You chose to go first. What went into that decision?
You know, I think having the privilege of having the choice to go first or second is something important. It takes off a lot of pressure, and you know, if I can set a number rather than chase a number, I'll do it.
You're the owner of 3 World Long Drive Championship belts. You're trying to get a 4th and make history. How do you keep climbing that mountain and execute once again?
I just got to go back to my basics and make sure that I have every stone unturned, and you know, hope for the best when it comes up to it.
Congratulations for moving on. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Well, she can taste that 4th World Championship, and if she is successful, she'll be one back of Sandra Carlberg.
Yeah, she's right on course right there, and there's no stopping Phillis Meti right now.
All right, coming up next, she is a member of the 400-yard club, and she has a smile for days. Troy Mullins will take to the tee in her matchup when we come back. You're watching the World Long Drive Championship. Welcome back. There are some names that you have heard of, but also, Art, there's some faces that maybe people don't know.
This is Canadian Ryan Gregnall right here, and I'll tell you what, I would not want to face this man tonight right here. I mean, he is dangerous. Tim Burke has his hands full.
Well, he came all the way from Ontario in a car.
And he only made his hotel reservation, what, through Friday? Or he didn't have any plans, or Monday, I'm sorry. He didn't have any plans to stay and make it.
All right, we'll see Ryan later in the show. All right, let's check out some epic power tips presented by Callaway, featuring 5-time world champion Sandra Carlberg.
I'm Sandra Carlberg, and I'm going to show you some tips how to hit the golf ball as far as you can. First of all, go to the gym. It's good to be strong in your whole body, especially your legs and your core muscles, because you're using that a lot when you load up your power. Make sure you have your weight on your both feet, and then you tee up inside your left foot. You load up your power, and make sure you make a big turn. For long drive, I lift my left foot like this to get an even more turn, but for you, this is perfect. So a big turn, and then you start your swing with your hips. So you separate your underbody with your overbody. So separate, and then make sure you hit up on the ball. So make sure you control your backswing, and then you can hit as hard as you can. More power.
She is one of the best, the 5-time world champion. All right, our next 2 hitters, they've got fat heads here. Art, Troy Mullins, Heather Manfreda. Have you ever had a fat head?
I never had a fat head. I've always been a fat head, but I don't have one.
All right, here we go. Troy Mullins will go first. The former track and field star at Cornell, a heptathlete.
Watch this golf swing right here. Just smooth, effortless power.
By the way, we do want to send our best out to Sandra, who is due with a baby later this year. Can't wait to see the next long drive and long drive for her family.
And she was here qualifying, and she got all those great power tips from her longtime original coach, Helen Alfredsson from Sweden, the legend that played many Solheim Cups, won tour events, and I'm a big Helen fan. Taught her well. 5 world championships.
All right, Troy Mullins. Boy, that stopped on a dime. So her first good ball is just north of 300, 305.
Yeah, a lot of spin right there. Nice golf shot right here.
What do you like, Art, about her swing so much?
The tempo, the change of direction at the top. I love the fact how she lets the club set. So that means she finishes going back before she goes the other way. She's very patient right here. So look right here at the top, it sets, then we go.
Ball number 3, good for 320.
When she hits her curveballs to the left, she hits the toe of the club, and it's a little bit too flat is all. And again, this is a 48-inch conforming golf club. She's not very tall, not as tall as Heather. So it's hard for her to control not swinging too far around. She's got to try to swing more up to the sky.
She's very, very smart. Speaks Mandarin, American Sign Language. She's a tutor when she's not on the golf course and not on magazine covers. Social media star.
She can create some speed. I mean, this is Phillis Meti stuff, 175 on the ball. She really can create some speed.
Ball
Great
number
foundation.
6, just over a minute.
See if this one gets a run. She had a nice curve on only 2,700 RPMs.
Oh, how about that, Art?
Yeah, beautiful shot.
Out past 330. It's going to be a big-time number for Manfreda to have to beat.
Oh, this is good here. I like this shot right here. If it gets the good bounce, I like this flat shot.
Lands at 318 and maybe only about 8 yards of roll.
So it's showing you carries really it.
All right,
gotta do it.
8th and final ball for Troy Mullins, who has just been peppering this grid. This is probably as good as I've seen her hit in a really long time.
Yeah, the spin is up on this one. And that's what she's at. You see that 3,500 number. The optimum for the women's going to be in that 2,600 range right there. 3,600 is a little bit thin on the face, low on the face. Great performance.
So a good ovation for Troy Mullins. And there you can see just how hot it is out here. It is baking.
It is steaming right here. I think the heat index today, while the Masters were hitting, was 99 degrees. So it's definitely warm.
Okay. Now, athletes prep and they train differently. So the other day, Heather Manfreda says, I'm going to eat the entire cupcake tower.
Oh, I want to do that so bad. I really do. I want to do that.
She loves to ride horses. She's very much, that's how the entire production team trains as well. Cupcake up, cupcake down, cupcake up, cupcake down.
Watch this classic golf swing right here. They're all so good players.
Maybe a little nerves there.
That's all nerves for sure. It was her and Sandra back in, at the 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14. They just traded. A little fast right here to start for Heather.
Manfreda, the 2013 world champion.
And she works with Justin James' father, Jerry James, great swing coach right there. She's a PGA apprentice, does golf exhibitions and clinics. I've seen her, does well. Just got to kind of slow it down here. Got off to a fast start. 2 fast swings, way left over the top. There you go.
Okay, that one dead red center. We'll see if she has enough. Bounces at 320 and will stop before 330. So she's got to find about 12 yards, Art.
Right, that's just a little bit more ball speed, probably 5 more miles an hour, 6 more miles an hour with that same shot. Oh, didn't get it all. 160. Let's see if you get the bounce.
Ball number 4. Checks up 50 on 300.
So now her 4th ball, and all Troy can do is stand there and smile and hope and wish that Manfreda doesn't hit it past 337. Manfreda in 2016, Art, she played in the one tournament that I'm dying to play. That's American Century Championship Pro-Am.
Coach, I've known you for now over 2 years, and I have not heard about one round of golf you've played. I played more golf last week than you have in the last 5 years.
Boy, that one just off to the left. All right, we got 2 balls left. How does Manfreda find 12 yards?
Hit the center of the club face. That is the key.
All right, that one will head to the left. So the former world champion down to her final ball, or Troy Mullins will move on to the final four, the semifinals, live tomorrow night.
She left a lot of time here. I kind of like that. It's playing to her favor. Now I love the deep breath. She's got to recall that championship that she won all of the time she's been in this position and let it happen. Oh, too fast.
And that one to the left. So Troy Mullins, incredibly impressive and incredibly happy that she is moving on to tomorrow night. And, well, apparently her guy didn't want to sacrifice. Now he does. Now he does. All right, let's look at Troy Mullins and her winning drive.
Love the golf swing right here. Look at here, right at the top right here. Look again, beautiful turn right here, right there. That back is behind there. What she's going to do then on the way down is plant her left foot right here. She's going to plant that left foot. Then she's going to use the ground. But notice right here, the head, that's not going to move. It's actually going to go backwards right there. Wonderful extension. Swing to the sky if you want to hit it far. Great golf swing. Back goes to the target. This is goodness, this has to be a 125-degree shoulder turn. Club face a little shut. Again, I don't see all the effort, but yet I see a lot of power. That means she's real efficient.
Well, if she wants to be a world champion, and one more look, we know who she's going to have to run into at some point.
Well, it's going to happen right there.
That's right.
Phillis Meti, but beautiful shot.
All right, Troy Mullins, very, very impressive. Listen it down to Chantel.
Well, here we are down on the stage. We're patting ourselves dry because it's so dang hot out here. What are the conditions like?
Oh my God, it's super humid, and this is not water resistant, so I'm trying to stand like this. But it's hot, yeah. I mean, it's good for warm bodies and hitting long balls, that's for sure.
Well, especially when the grid's a little bit soft because of all the rain earlier in the week. You told me that this week you were working with your mental side of the game to hit it 337 to advance. What exactly did you do?
Well, specifically the last couple of weeks, I have new clubs. I'm working with PXG, and it's tough getting used to new equipment, but you know, instead of focusing on my swing, I actually work with Pat Dempsey, another long drive champ up there. And we just been working on slowing it down, not being so nervous, taking my time, finishing my swing. And sometimes I get quick and don't finish and just look up and I see these hook shots going. And, you know, I think we corrected it. So I'm excited.
The mental game is on top. Congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Guys.
She absolutely corrected, at least for tonight. She was amazing.
The change of direction was fantastic. Exactly what they worked on is what they needed to work on.
All right, so Troy Mullins advances to tomorrow night. Another favorite in this competition. She's the ultimate competitor, and she just beat Phillis Meti. Alexis Belton will be here live next. Well, welcome back. We're live at the Winstar, and look who is warming up. The two-time world champ, Tim Burke.
Just say the word gamer. I mean, that is what he is. He thrives on this condition right here. He loves the lights, and he knows how to deliver.
He also won 2 times on tour this year, and he feels like this is his year to be beaten. All right, last week, Art, the Cambia Portland Classic LPGA Tour was the site of not the Rock City Rumble. How about the Rose City Rumble? 2 longest hitter on tour. Ann Van Dam taking on that young lady, Angel Yin. And look who was in the house, Phillis Meti.
I love it. And I tell you what, these professionals thrive on this. First off, they get 7 mulligans. They don't have to go play their next shot. They love competing in long drive. You watch their reactions. They love swinging and hitting it as far as they can. And big shots they hit.
So Angel, her longest drive, 315.
Beautiful. I mean, that's fantastic.
So then Ann Van Dam.
Love this golf swing. And look at that speed right there.
You know what we call that in our sport?
What's that?
One and done.
Yeah.
326.
Send it.
So they started talking a little trash to each other, and I guess that they forgot that Phillis Meti was going to hit.
Oh, whoops. A stranger in town who doesn't play the LPGA Tour, and I heard that she kind of hit this one in the neck.
Well, she necked it to 346. By the way, Yen Van Dam, part of the Solheim Cup next week, right here live on Golf. By the way, if you're just joining us, where have you been? Phillis Meti has already moved on to the semifinals tomorrow. All right, time for quarterfinal number 3. There is Alexis Belton, who just beat Phillis Meti in Tennessee. She will go second, and Mary Driscoll will go first.
Match number 3, Winstar. Give it up for
Do you think she was excited for this championship? She wanted to be one with her clubs this week. She didn't need a double room. She was like, I'm good. I'll sit with my clubs. At the Queen of Bombs.
She has really worked hard on her golf swing and in the sport of long driving, come a long way. And she's going to swing hard, I promise you. Needs to hit the center of the face. You'll see the ball speeds fluctuate quite a bit. And it's all because she may hit one on the toe, may hit one on the heel. But if she centers it, she can get it out there a little further than this for sure.
We have seen Mary twice this year on TV in Rochester and also in Atlantic City. She's going up against a very, very tough competitor in Alexis Belton.
And we talked in Tennessee after the event. We actually had the same flight back, and she's like, you know, I know you talked about my swing a little bit. It's over the top. I'm working on it. What we mean right there is she's trying not to swing the club across her body to the left. That's flatter right there. It's very nice. You'll see the ball speed jump up just a hair. So she's really working on that golf swing.
All right, her first 2 balls did find the grid. That third one just a little bit out. 288 is definitely a number that Alexis can get.
So you're going to see she has a lot of power. She's very violent, as you can see when she's swinging at it. You're going to see Alexis be more smooth, kind of science versus violence.
Now Mary's pace might be a little faster than she would like. Her first 4 balls in just a minute 15.
And she should be in the 160s. That just tells me she's hitting the ball in the heel of the club right there. If it curves left to right and the ball speeds down, it's a heel strike.
3 balls.
Guys, let me hear it from Mary.
Time is not a factor for Mary Driscoll. So far, Phillis Meti and Troy Mullins have advanced here tonight.
Just over a minute on the clock.
Still 2 more women to advance. 4 more men, and we will crown a champion later tonight in the Masters division as well. So still a lot to come here live on Golf.
Good, she squared it up. See if we got the ball speed there, 58. A lot of spin, not gonna roll. Just too much spin. It's a very scientific action here. You have to have the marriage of ball speed and spin, your attack angle. I mean, that's what they're working with these trackmen. That's where we're getting these numbers. They're trying to optimize, and it comes from technique.
All right, ball number 7 was her longest. So 4 out of 8 in the grid. 301 is the number to beat.
301, Alexis Belton.
And Mary is never going to leave it in the bag, that's for sure. But now, Alexis Belton, who has very, very quickly, Art, become one of the premier names on the women's side. And we have seen her in the last 15, 16 months really become one of the best.
We'll pay attention quick. I don't know how many we're going to get to see to hit her tonight, because it might just be one, unfortunately, because you're missing a beautiful golf swing. So go ahead and tune in tomorrow night.
And you are right. It is one and done. Alexis Belton.
You watch her tomorrow night. Dangerous right here, and just got through first stage of LPGA Q school. Just an awesome golf swing.
She is riding a confident high right now between long drive, between the LPGA Q school, and a smile that just lights up a room. One more time.
Yeah, beautiful golf swing. You see, just short of parallel. This is her starter club. She's got one more club after this. just real tight action, and she just hits it in the center of the face. That's just the prerequisite. That's where it starts. Can you hit the center?
Well, much like Justin Moose earlier tonight, she knew what she had to do and stepped up, and she did it. All right, one more woman to round out our final four. Chloe Garner from South Africa on the tee live next. All right, one more quarterfinal matchup for the women. Catherine Wills. She will be hitting second against a very difficult competitor in one Chloe Garner. Let's get up close, a little bit closer to Chloe Garner.
Hey, I'm Chloe Garner. I'm from South Africa, and this is my 4th year on the World Long Drive Tour. I am a surfer back in South Africa, and it is 100% true that we wrestle with sharks every day. The other sport that I train to compete in is weightlifting. These bad boys. One of my favorite tattoos is the one inside here. It's Adventure Time, which is the best cartoon that's ever been created.
Would you ever wrestle with a shark?
No. I live on the beach and I don't even walk on it. I'm not stick a toe in the water, Coach.
Well, she's got a bunch of tattoos that aren't just random. They all tell a story throughout her life, and it's really cool from head to toe what she has turned her body into an art form.
And she is a speed creator, and where does she get it from? You'll see it right here at the setup. She presets impact. You'll see her right shoulder will be tilted way back to the right. Her head will be pitched. This is where she wants to be at the point of strike. Look how far behind the ball she is and underneath it.
Art, she is training in the weightlifting category for the 2022 Commonwealth Games. She's no joke when it comes to the weight room.
And I like her speed tonight, ball speed there, 171, Coach. That's big.
She went to college in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, that's flat.
Well, you can hear the crowd on that one.
Very nice.
Now that landed past 310, and it will come to a stop at 319.
That just tells you that spin right there, that 3,300. I mean, she hit it a little bit on the bottom of the club, low of center, get a little higher center, reduce spin, get it to roll.
Everybody's different, Art.
Yes.
Is there a number in your mind that if
Do you see the spin? Just look at that spin. Look at those. That's all numbers right there. She only swung the club 2 miles an hour faster and just hit it about 25 yards further. It's all numbers.
Is there a number that you would feel comfortable with if you're Chloe?
I mean, I have not seen Katie hit much. She's a Division I golfer. I think 330 is kind of a nice number tonight. You kind of judge that where you're at. 330, 35 seems safe. The wind's really laid down. It has changed tonight. I mean, when Costello was up there, it was blowing a little bit. It's dead right now. Look at that setup.
If you're just joining us, we've had drives of 455 tonight, 426. Phillis Meti on the women's side, 348. It's been an incredible show here on night one under the lights. The 44th World Long Drive Championships.
Let's not forget, she was a runner-up in this event. I mean, so she's won, and she was second in the World Championship, and that is her shot right there. See if she can get that spin down. This is the spin. Get a bounce.
Well, that was
there you go.
gorgeous.
This is her shot.
That's what we're talking about. She gets the roll out north of 340 in Phillis Meti range.
Isn't that something? You take spin from 33 down to 1,800 and you hit it 30-something yards further.
It's amazing how much you educate all of us every time we're on together.
Another flat one. Another flat one.
All right, but she's going to feel very good about that set. 341, and if I'm Katie Wills, what am I thinking right now?
Ouch. First time under the lights, 341. That's a big, big ask right there.
When you look at the 8 women who made it to the quarterfinals, if Chloe holds on, these would be my 4 picks. Phyllis, Troy, Alexis, and potentially Chloe.
Right.
Unless Katie can spoil the party. And she's a lot like you, Art. AC/DC fires her up.
That fires me up, too. I love it. I always like golfers, though, in these situations. And when I say that, she played Division I golf. So, you know, that means she's going to have solid fundamentals. Now, does she have enough speed? There's two kinds of long drivers. Ones that are extra fast, maybe don't have fundamentals. But, you know, ones that have fundamentals, maybe not fast enough.
Well, she's not wasting any time. She's changing the club after one shot.
That's rare right there. Maybe she felt a little snap or a crack in the shaft. I have no idea on one golf club why she gave that one chance, but she couldn't turn it over. And I like her preset right here. Really underneath it. Very nice. Carries the hands low.
All right, her heart has got to be racing. You talk to any competitor when they get to this stage,
right,
and the lights are on and the cameras are on. It's a different animal than just standing there and qualifying and trying to put up a big number.
So what happens here, she's going to get a third club, is she could be the first one back as well. But
no, her first two are already on the outside of it. So this is a third different club.
Third club. There's no limits to that. Again, all are conforming right here. She plays the ball very far forward in her stance. That's off the front foot. And then there's that big tilt back to the right. We'll see there. She can't get that to turn over. In my opinion, there's just not enough loft on the golf club, because I like that golf swing right there. There's just, loft can be your friend when you don't have, you know, speed.
Plenty of good sportsmanship between all of these competitors. Another one going out to the right.
That's a good golf swing. I wish she just had another degree of loft on that golf club.
Her last two landed out near 320. But off the grid. So she's got 3 balls left, just over a minute.
So what does she have to do to eliminate that shot to the right? Right at the last second before impact, she's got to shut the door. She's got to square the face somehow.
Her longest career drive, Art, 378 back in 2017 at the Mile High Shootout.
45 seconds left on the clock.
So she can get it out there.
That's a great tip for everybody out there. If you really want to hit your ball far, just get on an airplane and go to Denver, maybe up to Breckenridge or Vail, where you go, coach. Hit that ball far. Good shot.
All right. Will that be enough? Bounces at 300, 310, 320. And boy, what a great drive, but still nearly 10 yards short of the number to beat. 8th and final ball.
Ooh, she got that to turn over, too.
Very exciting. Good effort for Katie Wills, but she just ran into a buzzsaw named Chloe Garner, who put one out there at 341. 2 balls north of 340. Phillis Meti, and that woman right there, Chloe Garner, who will advance to the Final Four tomorrow night. Let's look at it again, Art.
And just look at the head preset right there, and you look at that. She's got this shoulder way back behind here. We're going to freeze here at the top. And you just look at this back right here. I mean, that she's turned so far behind the golf ball, and the club is so far past parallel right there. I mean, great position right there. And then here we go right through to the finish. The head will stay down and back. Look at that sign back behind there. It works back from that sign. Can you get any more underneath the golf ball? Awesome, Chloe Garner. I drew.
One more time from up top. Great angle here.
Took the spin down. You hit up on that golf ball. You hit it above that center. The spin will stay down, and you get roll when you don't have spin.
Well, the 4 names that if we were handicapping the women's bracket, these would be the 4 in all likelihood, Art, that you would expect to move on.
It's always those 4, and then Manfreda be right there with them. You know, she didn't have her best set, but you're exactly right, Coach.
So these 4 are done for tonight. They will advance to Wednesday night, and we'll see them, and they have to win 2 matches tomorrow night to be crowned the world champion. Okay, we've got 4 more men's matches tonight, and they are just getting set. We've got Will Hug, we've got Tim Burke, we've got some stars. Oh, we're having fun at the Winstar. Come on back.
And here we go, coming back at VIP. You guys having a good time? You having a good time? Let me hear it, VIP. Where you at? Where you at?
Welcome back. We are live, World Long Drive Championship, and we are now ready for our next 8 hitters on the men's side. And let's send it down to the stage. Here's Mark one more time.
Here we go. Coming out of Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. He is the Bone Man. He drove 19 hours to be here. Give it up for Ryan Gragnoff. Next up, the youngest competitor ever to win a European long drive event. He used to skip 600 stones a day, and that's why he hits the crud out of the ball. From Gothenburg, Sweden, Emil Rosberg. Next up, coming out of Coastal Carolina University. Been playing golf since he was 3 years old. He's a PGA pro, Mr. Rob Tiemeyer. Oh, and another friendly neighbor to the north out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. From Carleton University, the big fella, Mr. Mitch Grasset. He was a D1 basketball player at South Dakota State. He joins us from Denver, Colorado. Make some noise for Josh Cassidy. Oh, our very own Benjamin Button. He won the Masters Division in 2014. 5 years later, looking for the Open World Championship from Stony Creek, Canada. It's Jeff Gavin the Freak. Oh, after 3 wins in 2018, this former #1 wants to be back on top. Sound the alarm for the firefighter, Will Hogue. And now on a quest for his 3rd World Championship from Orlando, Florida, the Blonde Bomber, Tim Burke. Once again, Winstar, let me hear it for the last 8 hitters in the Open Division.
8 right there, and they all have different stories, but they have one goal, and that's to advance to tomorrow night. They've got some work to do. Here are what the brackets look like right now. The 4 that have already advanced: Berkshire, Costello, Moose, and Brooks. And now we move our attention to the other side of the bracket.
Oh, Canada, 3 of the 8 are Oh, Canada. And the 51-year-old Jeff Gavin, who hit in 11 sets in the Masters Division. But I am telling you, for these 8, the first 8 were amazing, but fasten your seatbelts. You are about to see some major heat.
Can't wait. So here we go with our 5th of 8 matches here tonight in the round of 16. Will Hogue will go 2nd, and Emil Rosberg, a lot of people won't know who he is, but why is he dangerous?
Very dangerous. He finished 2nd on the European Order of Merit 2016 and 1st in 2017. He's a very young 22-year-old. He's a teaching professional, and he can create some speed. We'll see what kind of numbers he can do tonight.
He has 8 international long drive wins. He has a win earlier this year on the European side of the pond. And any of these stars, like a Will Hogue and that one will stay in bounds, so at least there's a green number for Rosberg.
Yep, skied it with 4,000 spin. So again, but he hasn't faced this stage. Great golf swing there, but a little too much spin. Against the sky, if you see that climb, you're going to see this number get near 3,000 or higher. And you're just not going to get a lot of roll when that spin is up that high.
Well, he did get it out near 400, so 30 3 yards longer for Rosberg.
Take that spin down 800 RPMs, it's 420 or 30.
A very quick 4 balls.
Yeah. Again, he's never really been on this stage, so he's got to time himself. But I love the fundamentals right here. Why don't we just turn the hat around and just have some fun and send it?
Well, if there was ever a rally cap in the middle of a set, I guess that's what that would be. 3 balls, minute and a half. And one of the most intimidating figures in the sport, you see right there in the background, Will Hogue.
He's hitting it hard, but again, I'm watching that ball climb so much, and I'm just seeing too much spin. 3,600 RPMs. Is going to be very difficult to get into that 420, 25, 30 range where you could really put some pressure. And why is he spinning it that much? He's hitting a little bit down on the golf ball, not getting it high enough in the face. That's flatter. That's flatter.
Rosberg likes it. He's yelling at it.
2,500, big improvement.
Oh, it's in the air forever.
Yes.
All right, what is that number?
Right there,
Right there again at 399. So
you asked me before, what's the magic number? I love 1,900 spin. So I talked to Justin Moose, who won his match in 1 ball. He put 10 grams of weight on the front of the club to keep the spin down. So we'll see.
all right, so the 8th and final ball, how far will it go? And it lands at 390, and I believe just past 400. So 4 balls in out of 8, and the number to beat, very doable for a man like Will Hogue.
If Will keeps the spin down, and you know, he definitely can do it.
Well, let's look at the emotion that Mr. Rosberg showed us. What is he saying?
He's saying go, baby. He's saying something in Sweden too. He likes it.
Oh, I love when you see how much it matters.
Yes.
To every competitor. So now all Rosberg can do is stand and watch a former #1 hitter in the world, a 3-time winner in 2018, and Will Hogue did not have the season he would have liked, but he can make it all go away.
Yes.
With a win this year.
Good start. See what kind of numbers he's got. 209 is not his big, fast ball speed, so a little glancing blow, a little spin. And Will's primary ball flight is a little bit of a fade. That's usually his traditional shot.
The firefighter who routinely saves lives for a living, and that one,
that's flat.
is it going to stay on the grid? It does, but well short.
Too low of a launch right there. You kind of see that in your screen, a very flat launch. I just checked my computer up here, 8 degrees of launch. You have to get the ball higher. And I've noticed something that I really want to have shown, if we can, on this next shot from the side. See what this ball does first.
He is cutting it, like you said, and it's going to come up about 6 yards short. So what does Will have to do to find 6 yards?
Let's just look here at the setup from the side. If we get to that side angle real quick, his ball position is back. That's a little higher. But I've noticed the ball move back right here. And the only way you're going to launch it high is move that ball more forward. It is too far back. It's creating a very low launch. So here, you'll see it right here. Look at that T marker. Look at the foot. And I see too much green light between that and his foot right there. Good shot.
All right, and he gave it a little extra. We'll see if it's enough.
His biggest numbers right now. That's in the air a long time.
And that lands, and that'll do it. Oh, no! It rolled off the grid at 410. Will Hogue already had his arm in the air, so he has to regroup and hit again. And how hard is this going to be to do?
He's frustrated, but that's his fast. He's definitely frustrated because that's 215, his fastest speed of the night right here. He's still got 55 seconds.
Well, he's got to reset. He's got plenty of time. Boy, that one's going off to the right, and boy, I don't know that I've seen that happen to anybody.
So now, horrible bounce.
Horrible bounce. So now Will Hogue down to his final ball, or Rosberg will move on to the quarterfinals. And that one is straight down the middle. Is it enough?
It's going to be in that same
Is it
area.
enough? 390, 397, and he broke his club. He snapped his club. And so another disappointing year for Will Hogue.
And the European upsets continue right here tonight with Rosberg, with Brooks.
And there goes Will Hogue, and boy, what a disappointing outcome.
Yeah,
So let's watch first his ball that he had his arm already raised in the air, and we all thought it was a winner.
Yeah, this ball hits well in. I mean, that thing hits in by 6 yards, and it just had a lot of side spin. It might have caught a little no. This is a fairway. It's a hole. I said it before. It's got some humps and bumps. I mean, he had his arm in the air. He's like, what is going on here? He couldn't believe it, and he had a lot of time to gather himself, and he kind of went right up and hit that ball. Could not believe it, and he is so disappointed.
Boy, and there you see it. Snaps his club in half. Quickly, let's send it down to Chantel.
Emil, first time on this big stage. What was it like managing your nerves?
Unbelievable. I just did what I could. Will's a great hitter. I just hit my ball, and I'm so happy to be through.
When he put his hand up halfway through and it bounced out, what was going through your mind?
Well, what do you think? I was like, oh, I'm going home, but yeah, I'm here to win this.
Pretty crazy. You and your best friend just went on the European tour. How much motivation did that give you?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. 2 days ago, Sebastian and my best friend Jesper won on the European tour. Gave me great motivation to get in the winner's circle. Yeah, unbelievable.
All right, enjoy this. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
That win, by the way, thank you, Chantal, was in a 5-way playoff. Rory McIlroy was a part of that.
That's right.
Indeed, it's been quite a week for that group of friends from across the pond. And one more look at the reaction. And you've got elation, and then on the flip side, Will Hogue, you see him walking off in the distance. Boy, that's going to sit with him for a really long time, what happened to him here tonight. Well, plenty of respect and congratulations. When we come back, well, he's the oldest man in the field. They call him the Freak. Jeff Gavin on the tee next. Chantel, Art, and the coach back with you. Time to look back at 2018 World Long Drive Championship, presented by Winstar World Casino and Resort in the Masters Division. Fast Eddie Fernandez got it done, Art.
He absolutely did. I mean, he just, I don't know if there's anybody in this division that can keep up with him, because he's still competitive, making final eights on tour in the Open division.
Yeah, Fast Eddie will be in action later tonight. Chance to go back to back. And then Phillis Meti got her 3rd world title.
Absolutely phenomenal performance, and she's in there for number 4 tomorrow night.
And then in the men's Open division, it was drama. Last ball, Maurice Allen getting it done over Justin Moose.
I love that smile right there, because I guess you know it. And it was not he didn't win by a huge amount, but he won. That was just awesome.
Well, that was last year, and we will crown 3 more world champions here this year. It's not easy.
No, there's 2 that can absolutely repeat right there.
All right, the drama continues in the men's Open division, and our 6th matchup coming up. There is Jeff Gavin, over 50 years of age, the oldest man. And last year he lost to Fast Eddie in the Masters division final right here. He will not be in the finals later tonight in that division. And there is Rob Dietmeier. Now, he is coached by another competitor that we saw earlier tonight. Josh Koch is his coach.
Koch is his coach, and Koch didn't have a good set tonight. He's a really good teacher, good golf pro. They're great friends, and the only chance they would have faced each other would have been in the final. That would have been pretty cool, student and teacher.
Now, back in 2017, Dietmeier missed the chance to compete here because he scheduled his wedding on the same weekend. That's just not thinking it through.
Rob is, I'll tell you what, I looked at so many rounds of 16 that he makes it. No, he did not think it through at all, Coach. You can't miss the World Championship. He has really improved dramatically. He's upped his ranking, keeps making 16s. He gets close. I look back at his numbers. He lost 11 sets by 2 yards or less.
That's just
unlucky. I mean, in all the tournaments that we're talking about the last 2 years, I did some research on it. He's so close.
That one will stay in. It lands at 400. How about that roll out north of 410? We'll get the official number.
Seems like I'm sure Will Hoag's ball landed,
It seems like the exact same shot. 415, the exact. We have seen tonight, if you're just joining us, it's been an incredible night so far. And this is just night 1 of 2 under the lights here at the Winstar. We've had 455, 426. Kyle Berkshire and Phillis Meti, both the #1 hitters in the world, have advanced. Still to come, Tim Burke, 2-time world champion, will compete.
I think 415 is a solid number, and he's facing, I'm telling you, a very tired Jeff Gavin. 11 sets today, plus 14 sets to get into this thing. 11 sets was in the Masters division. That's flat right there. Pulled.
Speaking of Josh Koch, there he is in the stands, very attentive to his protege, his student.
I think he'd be telling him, hey, let's go with the fade. Let's take it up that left side and let's cut it back. Kind of like that. A little bit too much spin. But I like that spot right there. I like that shot right there for Rob with his upright action.
All right, 2 balls, 45 seconds.
And that's wonderful ball position right there. That's where you want to have it, to where you can hit it a little bit later on the downswing.
The winner of this matchup will face Emil Rosberg in the quarterfinals tomorrow night.
It's his fastest club head speed right there, just a little bit pulled.
Okay, we're down to the 8th and final ball for Rod Tietmeyer. Can he best 415? And the answer is no. So 415 is the number. Are you comfortable if you're Tietmeyer right now?
You are never comfortable until Jeff Gavin quits the sport. He started in 2003, and he just defies all laws of physics.
All logic.
It doesn't make sense at 51 years old and how many balls he hits. And I watched him warm up this afternoon before we got up here in the booth. He's warming up with his wife's driver, 41 inches with a soft steel shaft. He goes, it's good luck for me.
So here we go. He was born in 1968. He's 51 years of age. And he is competing with the best in the world. And that one rolls out just short of 380. 11 sets earlier today in the Masters division. How much do you think that took out of him?
A ton for the Canadian, because it was 98 degrees heat index here, and he was out there for over 8 hours. That's how long that session took. And that came off of the heels of 14 sets in the Open division to get right here. I mean, he has hit golf balls since Friday non-stop. I don't know if he slept.
All right, ball number 3. First 2 have rolled out of the grid. He's got a big duck hook right now. What's he doing to get that ball flight?
You call it a duck hook. I call it a sling and draw. You go to his face and call it a duck hook. I can't. No, he's coming too much from the inside. That means he's swinging the club too far out to the right. You want to get it. You want that club to swing a little bit more from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock to eliminate that curve, which is like that right there. I like that curve. Now we just got to point it down the middle.
You know, I've really been trying to notice the pacing, because you're always telling us how important it is to really have a good pace, keep your breath, and especially in a heat like tonight, it's very important.
Yes, it is.
All right, 3 balls to go after this one.
So again, his deal is he swings the club way out to the right. That means lays the clubs away from the inside. If you had the TrackMan showing the angle where he's coming in from, he's probably 8 to 9 degrees from the inside.
So really digging down deep, trying to get more on that ball speed. And you talk about using the crowd, using the adrenaline, using the energy that is out here tonight under the lights. Gavin's going to need it. 2 balls.
And it'll have to be magic. Ball number 8.
Had some speed on it right there. 47-210.
To make it to the quarter, boys.
Here we go. The 8th and final ball. Will we see another magic 8 ball tonight and break the heart of Rob Tietmeyer? And that just will not come back. So you wonder how much all the sets played into the lack of accuracy and power for Jeff Gavin here tonight.
I asked him about that. Why not maybe focus on one of the divisions and give yourself the best chance? He goes, I just love hitting golf balls. Okay,
fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. But Jeff Gavin's 2019 season will end right here in the round of 16.
And that is the 9th ranked player in the world.
All right, let's look at the last ball by Jeff Gavin and the difference in reaction.
Always going to be somebody happy and
somebody devastated. All right, we got 2 more spots to fill in the men's quarterfinals. All day Casa Day. Mitch Grassi, smile, son. You're going to be on live TV next. We are back. We continue on. 2 more slots to fill out the men's quarterfinals for tomorrow night. We've got Josh All-Day Cassidy. He will go second, and Mitch Grassing will be the first to go. Cassidy, a semifinalist last year. So it seems like he loves being under the lights.
And Grassing, a former runner-up here as well, you know, so neither had a great year on tour, but again, this makes it all go away quickly.
You talk about utilizing the balls to your advantage. So Grassing had 5 total balls in the grid in 5 sets in the last round. 5.
And he had 2 OB sets, and he still made it because those 5 that he hit, he won
3 of them.
3 of the matches.
That's amazing. The numbers don't add up, but he is here.
And that's the difference between all those sets and rounds versus match play right now. I said it before. All those sets and rounds are like playing 72 holes. This match play right here is sudden death 1 hole. It's a big difference.
So Mitch Grassing, he weighed 175 pounds when he graduated from high school. He put on a lot of weight, and now he is losing a lot of weight.
I've seen that, because he's probably lost 30 pounds. He was 280 or 90 easily.
At least, at least. Currently in college, studying international business.
He was in college when he was here when he took second.
Hey, he's on the 8-year plan. It's okay, we've all been there.
Yes.
Still to come, Tim Burke, 2-time world champion. In the final match in the round of 16 and the Masters final. Tonight, we will crown our first world champion for 2019, and another one drifting out to the right.
And what I want to point out here, the flaw I see is I want you to watch the lower body, the knees when he takes the club back. They're very soft and they're sinking, and he's losing the stability of the legs. So if we can focus on the legs, if possible, right here, watch the knees kind of collapse. And it's really hard to brace at time. You can get it. Okay, but it's hard to be consistent.
Well, he liked it, got a little fist pump, and he should. That landed past 410, and it comes to a stop north of 420.
You called it. He hit 5 balls in 5 rounds out of 40, right?
It's called making it count.
And here he's looking at probably 1 out of 8. You're talking about out of 48 shots now, it could be 6 in, but that's long drive. It just takes 1.
424 is the number that Josh Cassidy is staring at on the big board. 1 more ball for Mitch Grassing. So 1 out of 8, but that one, very, very impressive. That's a really good number with the way the wind has shifted a little bit since we started the night. So now Josh Cassidy will step up, and he knows exactly what he needs to do to advance on to the quarterfinals tomorrow night.
And if you look at it right here, you just see there's these knees right here. They're sinking, they're down, they're really soft. He's getting low, and then he uses the ground great. But if he had more brace, I think he would find the grid more often. And here you're looking at it right here. It's a very, very soft left knee. Look at that club went past perpendicular. I mean, that was a crazy long backswing.
That hurts my back when I watch that.
I've never seen a club go back that far. Ben Tuone, who took second one time, went to perpendicular. That thing went past. But he caught 1. You're exactly right. That's 6 out of 48 right there. But the right 6.
Well, there it was right there. All right, so 424. So now all Mitch Grassing can do is stand and watch. There is the very intense former basketball player from Colorado, Josh All-Day Cassidy.
And the tallest player in these finals, look how much he crouches down. And he has had a week. He has been on. I mean, really on. These are big numbers. He has been breezing through rounds right here.
And that lands about 390, so he needs to find 35 yards. Well, he's been a guy that Jason Zubak in our pregame show pointed out that he thought could be a man to watch. He said Mark Costello and Josh Cassidy.
He did, and because Cassidy has just had a wonderful week. Breeze, I mean, finishing first or second in every single set. You're always going to see that 4-inch tee being used so they can hit up on the golf ball. That's a little bit down and across. 156 on the club. I mean, that is incredible speed.
He has become really good friends with Wes Patterson, who we saw earlier tonight. Unfortunately, run into the buzzsaw named Mark Costello and 455 yards. And that one, he caught it good, but it's going to drift out to the left.
And hold the line. Go off the grid around 400.
So these balls are getting hit low on the face, a little low at center. That's why you're seeing the 3,000 spin right there. Again, he can get that ball in the middle of the club. He's got plenty of speed to go out there past that number. Oops.
All right, so 3 balls to go. He's been very quick on his pace. Still well over a minute to go.
I'd love to see him get behind the golf ball, not just keep working from the side. See your target visually. He's only seeing side 90. Get behind that golf ball and see what you want to hit the golf ball towards. You get a target, and he did it right there. Look now, Josh. Look down the fairway.
Last year, he made it to the semifinals here, losing to the eventual champion, Maurice Allen.
Right. See if that paid off right there, Coach.
It looks like it will stay on the grid, but what is the distance? Now that's not right. Wouldn't have had the distance anyway. All right, well, Mitch Grassing.
He's leaving 20 seconds on the table, too. Looked up at the clock, 14. Little out of sequence.
And that one is drifting back in.
Too much spin.
And he knows it's not enough. And Mitch Grassing, 424 is plenty to move on. And Grassing once again has showed that he loves the bright lights. And we will see him tomorrow in the quarterfinals against the winner of our final round of 16 matchup. And in that final matchup, we've got a man who is on a mission for a 3rd world championship. Tim Burke is here live, and he's here next. We're back live. There you see overhead shot. Quick thanks to our friends at Synthetic Turf International for this beautiful hitting surface that has seen so many great moments here tonight. Okay, we are set for our final round of 16 matchup. Tim Burke, 2-time world champ with the big head behind him, that is. He won in 13 and 2015. He'll take on Ryan Gregnall. And I would love to go a little deeper with Ryan Gregnall. We'll do it right now.
Ryan Gregnall, Kitchener, Ontario. This is my first top 16 at the World Long Drive Championship. So I know everyone thinks when we're from Canada we say, hey, but it's not always the case. I still do play hockey though. So when I'm not hitting golf balls, I'm absolutely slam busy selling houses. Before I got back in the long drive, I was doing competitive powerlifting with some pretty big weights. Now I'm back down to lifting knees. I should have watched where those went.
How funny would it have been if you would have dropped those on the floor?
Not funny at all. And I've been waiting for this match the entire night. I really have. I'm anxious to see what Ryan has done. He has been doing this since 2008, does not hit on the tour. He sells real estate. How much real estate can he cover here at Winstar?
He competed in 08, 09, 2010, 2011, 2014. This is the farthest he has ever advanced at the World Championships.
Right, but he can really hit some big shots. I just don't know if his technique, how it is, the size of this man right here. And Burke made the choice, and Burke's going second. So,
good evening to O Canada for watching us on Golf Channel, north of the border.
So for Gregnall, it's really about experience, and it's really about nerves. And he does not have the experience on the stage. He said, my first final 16, he qualified for 5 of these, 6 of these. Burke's been in 6 of the last quarterfinal 8s. I mean, so much experience.
Well, we said it earlier, Gregnall didn't even book a hotel room for Monday through Wednesday because he didn't believe that he would get this far.
Right, I can see so much nerves right here. You guys got to take a deep breath. You've had right miss, left miss, and just hit a couple forward just to get an idea, kind of sync it up. I love how much time he's taking here. I like this. Almost.
All right, so Gregnall for his first 4.
That's a big toe hit right there.
There you see the very stoic Tim Burke.
He had a goal to make every single TV show this year, and he did. He won twice.
Won twice, and really he wants to show the world that he is as good as when he won his 2 world championships. That's really important to him.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's along in his career. He has hit a lot of golf balls. He's been competing for a long time. So, you know, how many more really good chances does Burke have? 4 or 5 solid years before you get in that 37, 38 range. I mean, Gavin's the freak. Gregnall's all over the map. This is technique and pressure across the ball. I just think it's a lot of nerves. I was down on the range before. I saw him hitting golf balls close to 2 hours ago, and I was worried about that. He's been out here a long time for the last match of the night here.
Yeah, it's about 90 degrees still outside. Yeah, local time is after 10 o'clock in the evening, and it just hasn't cooled down much at all.
And this happened real quick, didn't it, Coach?
Yeah, very quick, and so far it's an 0 for 7. And unless he finds the grid here, he's going to hand this one to Tim Burke on a silver platter. 8th and final ball. And that one not even close. So Ryan Gregnall succumbs to the pressure.
Yep.
That is the bright lights.
That's just all pressure right down. Anybody watching at home, I promise you, if you're in this situation, you can't imagine what it feels like, and especially if it goes bad early and you don't know how to fix it, it gets bad.
All right, well, we're talking about a two-time world champ. He's had so many different memorable moments. Let's go back to one, Las Vegas.
Motor Speedway, and he sent it right down the straightaway, around turn 4. It was a great shot.
427.
He beat Joe Miller in that match, yeah.
That was his first world title. He would win in 2015, and here tonight the door is wide open for Bert to walk through to the quarterfinals. All he needs is a 300-yard drive or more.
Right. And again, in match play, I don't know. I'm the kind of guy that would have my 43 or 44-inch driver 9 degrees, and I wouldn't risk it, Coach. I know they only have one speed, but I'd have a high lofted, low, short driver, and I would hit a little cutter. You just need 300 yards. So you know, I always cringe at these moments right here.
Now the first two, not close.
So what he should do with this low lofted long club is he should aim left of the flags in the trees on the left. He played a lot of golf. I played a lot of golf with him, and just hit a hard cut that'll probably move about 40 yards back into the middle, hit it about 330, and get out of here.
Basically, you're saying don't let the pride get in the way. Just get it done and move on.
He knows he wants to get it done because he's slowing it down. But just aim way left. He plays a 2-degree driver. The ball's going to curve hard right. So aim way left.
Well, right now he's not doing that. We're right behind him. And
see, that's the shot right there. But if you got to aim way left, that's all. That's the perfect shot I want right there.
Will it stay in? I think it went out and came back. That's not a good ball.
Right. That's the shot. Now just aim left. Now he did. He just pointed a little more left. Good going right here. Here's what you need to do. He did point left, but he's swinging out to the right.
Why is it so hard? He's had 3 or 4 in a row go to the same spot.
You gotta aim way left because what he's trying to do is slow down, and when you decelerate, you leave the face open. I've been sitting up here for years, and I tell you, you have to have a high lofted short club just in case.
All right, big
he's aiming more left. The shoulders are left here, so swing left, and then you get to go home.
That'll do it. That one is good. And
I don't know. Let's see. Who knows in these days?
Well,
yeah.
Touchdown. So Tim Burt, and he doesn't seem very happy with it, but the bottom line is it's survive and advance.
He actually has to swing bad to do it, which is across the golf ball, way open and left to do it. So that's where loft would come into play. More loft, less side spin.
All right, one more time on the ball that just barely went out and came back in.
They were on it out there. They do a great job.
You know, he was very frustrated in that set.
It's a tough situation. Again, you actually have to not make, in a sense, almost because you're stopping, you're slowing, you're guiding, you're doing everything you don't want to do to blast a golf ball 430 yards.
Okay, our quarterfinals are set. Let's send it down to Chantel.
Tim, you could tell that you were visibly frustrated as the pressure was continuing to mount. How did you manage?
I mean, I just try to make a normal golf swing. I was a little quick with that small driver, so it's a lot different when I'm getting after it on the range. So I think I would have been better off just sticking to my long drive club. But I mean, I got it done. But I was kind of pressing a little bit there. It's a lot harder than it looks when you just got to hit it. So
we could tell. All right, get rest. We'll see you tomorrow.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Coach.
Thank you, Chantel. Two-time world champ rounds out our quarterfinals, and look at the names that we're going to see tomorrow night, Art.
It's going to be a fabulous right out of the gate. Berkshire with Costello. Oh my goodness, is that going to be a match? And you've got 4 countries represented here tomorrow night. It's going to be fabulous. Burke's still alive, trying to win his 3rd belt. And Berkshire still the favorite in my eyes.
Yeah, Will Hogue is gone, and Justin James is gone as well. All right, it's time to crown our first champ. Fast Eddie, Mr. Crittenden, the Masters Division. Who will be the champ? We'll find out live next. Our social media question of the night: who will win the Masters Final Showdown? And how about this? 51% of you say that Jeff Crittenden will knock off the reigning world champion? We're about to find out.
Let's crown a world champion, ladies and gentlemen. First up, he is the 2017 Masters World Champion from Greensboro, North Carolina. It's the Critter, Jeff Crittenden. And the defending Masters World Champion, coming out of Winter Garden, Florida, it's Fast Eddie Fernandez.
It's about their craft. They met at the Rock City Rumble. Fast Eddie beat him by 45 yards. And this has been an extremely long day, Art, for these guys. They competed this morning and then had to come back tonight, and they've had to sit around for hours waiting to compete.
Yeah, this is a long day. All the sets in one day is just really, really taxing, and it is late tonight. Watch this golf swing, folks. Fast Eddie, 48 years old, impeccable setup, great golf swing.
Well, Fast Eddie routinely is in the open division.
Yes.
Television sets with us, and I know he's very disappointed he didn't make it for that, but he still has business to attend to right here.
And he told me, you know what, he at his best is about 210, and he's going to try and keep it about 205, he said tonight, 207, just a little bit more scientific. He's got a little injury in the hand, does not want to go full out. That's across the golf ball there.
You can see him shaking that hand.
Yeah, he told me, he says anything over 205, it just kills him. So he's got it wrapped up tight, and he's hit a lot of golf balls. We have talked, we've spent a lot of time on the range, a lot of time at these events, and I'm like, why are you hitting in 2 divisions? And it's hard to walk away.
Well, you can see there, it's just, and this is unfortunate. Last year, same type of thing happened to Jeff Gavin. When he got to the finals, he had an injury and just couldn't come through the ball.
I'd love to, Eddie, I know he's made 3 of the shows this year, in the open division. So, but for this world championship, if you want belts, okay, not just to compete, because I don't think he can win the open belt. I really don't. And I'm not knocking him. I think he can come close. I just do not see him. There's too much firepower in these players. But he can win this belt.
And that's not being critical.
Absolutely
that's just being
not.
fair.
It's
just
fair.
like it is.
Right, because he's not a 225 guy. That's all it's to a 220,
Nobody wants it more than he does, but the bottom line is, at this point of his career, and now you're starting to see the effects. He took some time off before the World. He does a lot of appearances.
Yes.
He was like, I'm getting worn out. He goes to every single event, and now you wonder if these injuries on the left arm and the left wrist are because of all those balls.
They are. Too taxing. And this guy is a great golf swing. I cannot say one fundamental I would tell him to do different, but he is out of sync, and he's hurting, and he's tired. And again, these belts don't come easy. And when you have a chance, these are championships. This is a big division. And he's got to really muster it up right here.
He really has dreams of playing on the PGA Champions Tour when he gets over 50. And he finally on the green, and he likes that one.
And again, he's a 207 type player. He slowed it down that much just to find it.
All right, he does get some roll out near 380. It'll officially, I believe, be 379.
Clutch shot.
And now he's got, you can see all the big breasts. It's not that easy for him to swing the club right now, and that will do it. So Eddie Fernandez, at least he was able to put some pressure on Jeff Crittenden and get one in the grid. We know him. He's not going to be happy with that.
No.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, he's normally good for 3-4 shots to get in the grid easily and a lot faster. So the Critter He's dangerous. He's nasty. He's a tactician. He can use the ground out there. He can fill it up. Cagey veteran right here.
Just to get into this 379 in qualifying to get this position tonight. The 2017 Masters Division World Champion. He'd love to make it 2 out of 3 years. Here we go.
And he likes to hit his ball right to left. And you can see first shot had a lot of side spin and backspin on it. You know, but 200 miles an hour right out of the gate. He's fast enough for sure. He gets that ball to turn over. He can run it out there.
All right, his first 2. One went to the right, one went to the left. Now he needs to find the center.
Now again, they went 11 sets. That's 88 competitive balls plus warm-up. It's 8 hours. Then they probably took about a 6-hour break, 7-hour break, and now here we are late night.
All right, that one looks like it could be on the grid. Will it be enough? Past 378.
Too much spin. So when you see that 35-41 right there, that means that ball is not going to roll very much. The numbers are there. Just got to hit up on it and get that ball to turn over.
All right, so Eddie Fernandez has dodged half of the bullets so far. 4 more to go for Jeff Crittenden. And Art, they continue to drift off to the right. Is that fatigue? Is that not turning the hands over?
Exactly. It's just not squaring up the club face. All the players are using such low lofted golf clubs. It's such a matter of timing to get the face square. Jeff knows how to do it. He's done this for so long. But you have to use that low loft to keep the spin down.
Is this going to be enough? He seemed to like it. Boy, it's in the air forever. Lands off the grid. So now 2 balls remaining between Eddie Fernandez and a repeat World Championship, or for Jeff Crittenden, 2 out of 3. Oh, baby. Will it stand? Will it stand?
Look at the low spin here.
Jeff Crittenden got the job done. He is your 2019 Masters Division World Champion.
What a great job. He kept the spin down. His speed was up the whole night. It was just a matter of spin, and he kept it down, and he got himself his 2nd belt. Awesome work.
It wasn't easy, and he had to be feeling the pressure on his 7th ball in the set. He was able to get it done, and you can see how elated Crittenden is to win this once again.
Just fantastic performance right there. And again, you saw so many golf balls missed outright. You said, what's he got to do? He's got to square it up, and he squared it up and kept the spin down.
Let's look at it again.
Yes. Again, look at that head right there, staying dead still. Big, huge shoulder turn right there. And an impact, he stood behind it, but he squared it right up right there, and he flattened it out. I'm looking at all the TrackMan numbers right here. 9.3 launch, 2,200 spin. This is a strong man right here. Good turn, soft hands. And he knew it too, didn't he, Coach?
He knew it. One more look from down the grid.
I think he flew it past where he needed to hit it.
Oh, it did. It landed. Yeah, it landed. It's 380.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge shot right there. This is the Masters Division.
Look at the reaction. I love it.
And that's priceless right there. That's a belt. That's a title.
Don't tell me it doesn't matter.
Oh, it matters.
Don't tell me it doesn't matter.
Oh, you bet it does.
49 years of age and his 2nd World Championship in 3 years. Jeff Crittenden.
Good for him. Fantastic.
One more look at how the brackets ended up here in 2019. and this is what it looks like.
I'll tell you, Critter beat Scott Smith, who is just a specimen. He kills the ball. Mike Bauman had a wonderful tournament. I just think Eddie Fernandez, that injury in the hand and competing in both competitions, the Open and the Masters division, took its toll, but Critter earned it tonight, capturing his second belt.
Okay, to award the belt and the presentation, let's send it down to Chantel.
Coach, thanks so much. The first belt awarded in these 2 nights. Zach Colbert, the General Manager of Gaming Operations and Marketing for Winstar World Casino and Resort, joins me to give this bad boy away. Do the honors.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah.
I'm sure it feels good to raise another belt. What adjustments did you make to keep that spin, but it came down to the 7th ball?
The first 4 or 5 didn't feel really good, and made some adjustments, trying to get the club square, and got lucky. Yes.
Got lucky, but things are pretty intense. Explain what that intensity feels like.
I mean, being back on TV is great. It's a lot of pressure. The Masters field was unbelievably deep this year, so it's an honor to actually win.
Really quickly, it's not easy. You played this morning, hit some balls this morning, and then you had to wait around for 8 hours. How difficult is that?
Oh, yeah. It was like, that was very difficult. I'm old, so it's tough to get moving again.
All right, well, congratulations. Wear this with pride and enjoy it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone.
Coach, back to you.
Chantel, thank you. Congratulations to Jeff Crittenden, 2017 World Champion, 2019 World Champion, and the bubbly. All right, when we come back, we will set the table and preview what we have in store for tomorrow night. It's been quite a night, #1 here at the Winstar. We'll be back to wrap things up in a second. Welcome back to the Winstar. A quick look at the women's division and how the brackets stack up heading into tomorrow night.
It's going to be a great matchup there with Phillis Meti and Troy Mullins. All the women hit the ball well. We only saw Alexis Belton hit 1 shot. She's probably going to take 8 tomorrow night. Depends if she goes first or second. Chloe Garner, I think these are the 4 best women that are in long drive.
And then on the men's side, boy, it's been a long 5 days, and these are the 8 in the quarterfinals that are still alive, and it's going to be an absolute bloodbath tomorrow night.
I'm still shaking. 8-ball corner pocket there, Kyle Berkshire right out of the gate, and a huge shot, Mark Costello. I thought Emma Rosberg there was going to be really dangerous tonight. Great job, Justin Moose. 1 ball. We got 4 countries represented, a true world championship. I expect a lot of fireworks tomorrow night.
All right, so we just crowned one of our world champions a moment ago, and Jeff Crittenden in the Masters division. Quickly, give me your picks after what we've seen tonight, the women and the men for tomorrow.
I still like Kyle Berkshire. That's who I picked to start the event, and I still like Phillis Meti. I'm going with them. They've been the best all year on tour. Kyle's on a roll. I think he learned a lot from tonight about himself and what he has to do.
It'll be interesting to see how everybody recovers from this heat and all the pressure that they felt here tonight.
Absolutely.
And then refocuses for tomorrow night.
It really will be. I think Costello, then, he definitely sent a message, you know, that 455. Wow, was that something else? Jordan Brooks stealing a match right there, Coach.
The excitement is going to be awesome, and we can't wait to get here one more night under the lights, live tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern, right here on Golf. For Chantel, Art, I'm the coach. We'll see you live tomorrow night. You don't want to miss it.